A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Jazakallah khairan for coming in to another of VOTP session. So, inshallah, let me go ahead and introduce VOTP first. So, VOTP stands for Voice of the People. So, what it really means is that every one of us has the potential to raise our voice and do actions to bring about justice and welfare in the world. So, subhanallah, we started VOTP under the guidance of Sister Faida after October 7th, when we realized that a lot of things are going on in the world which are not in the right way, are not as prescribed by the Quran and the Sunnah. So and we have found ourselves guilty of not stepping up and not doing our duty in even attempting to try to fix them. So that's basically the importance of VOTP, and we want to empower each and every one of us to be able to fulfill that responsibility of ours. And to be able to do this, we have training sessions ongoing on Find Your Truth website. This is to make ourselves very clear of our purpose, our responsibilities, and then we also have the supporting sessions to enable us to do that. And one of the important things to be able to do our rights and responsibilities is have a healthy body and mind. And here comes the importance of food and nutrition, and even the importance of fasting. So today we have with us our esteemed guest, Sister Safia Gopalani. And Sister Safia is a naturopath. She has a passion for learning about food, nutrition, the benefits of fasting, all in light of the Sunnah. So Sister Safia has been working with a lot of people who have been suffering from ailments and health conditions, and trying to help them out of out of their sickness, by just changing their lifestyles and following the Sunnah and the right health, nutrition, right food habits, as well as using the benefits of fasting as well. So our goal today is to understand, get a more in-depth knowledge, in this regard. The format of our session is going to be in a question and answer session. In the beginning 30 minutes of the session, I have listed down some important questions, and we will be asking them to Sister Safia and learning from her expertise. And the second half of our session is going to be an open question and answer session, and where our audience is free to ask their questions. And inshallah, our hope is, and our prayer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, help us benefit each other through knowledge. So welcome, Sister Safia. Jazakallah khairan for being with us today on our VOTP platform.
Ameen. Jazakallah khairan kaseer. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everybody.
Okay, already. So yeah, go ahead, Sister Safia. Did you want to introduce yourself a little bit more about how your passion in naturopathy, and if you want to just shed some light onto that?
Yes, I was 15 and I was misdiagnosed and wrongly medicated and lost all my hair, and it was not pretty at 15. And then after that, I saw too many people dying with misdiagnosed and incorrect medication, or even if the with medication and like no cure, there was no treatment, there was just maintenance. And one of my aunt was treated for tuberculosis when it was just like bronchitis, it could have been treated with ginger and turmeric. So and then as I grew up, I kept seeing lots of issues with the medical community, and I said, I have to take a step. Well, I keep saying that I hate the doctor who ruined my life, and my mom goes like, you could put that anger into the right channel and do something about it. And so I started reading just blogs here, there, books, whatever I can get my hands on. And it's been a couple of decades that I've been trying to study. Can't really say exactly. I've been studying because I was studying to get my degree as well, and got CPA license and stuff. But the last 5 years, I've been treating people. I'm trying to treat people, and I have lots of patients in every city and small towns in Pakistan, India, and here in Denver. Most people in Denver don't want to be exposed, like they don't want to be their own model and talk to the rest of the community about it. So I'm not so popular here.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, anybody who would speak up, then they end up sending me 5, 7 people. And then, then they start to bring their family members. And then, so alhamdulillah, I can't say business is growing. I say people are feeling better. So that was my goal, to get people off the medication and actually, find a treatment and get over the illness. There's no point in keeping the diabetes and then keep shooting yourself with insulin. So
Diabetes
okay. Huh? So reverse diabetes, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, we are excited, alhamdulillah, to learn more and benefit ourselves in our life, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So,
this new generation is going through so much, the Gen Z, and then we're giving them excuse that they're young and hormonal changes and all that. Not really. It's the kind of lifestyle they have, and the constant snacking and the overly processed food. So there is a like imbalance of electrolytes and lots of deficiencies that we're supposed to get, but we don't have. But with what we don't need, we have abundance in the body, and it's a big chaos in the body. And that's why the Gen Z is acting the way they're acting. The naturopathy community feels that way. So, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, inshallah, subhanallah. I think we ourselves and our audience. I would request the audience to note down any questions that you're having. Any subhanallah. So please note kar le, or inshallah we will in the second half we will go ahead and ask these questions inshallah. Okay. So our title of our topic was fasting, food, and nutrition. And before we get into more details of what we can apply in our personal lives, let's first ask Sister Safia. Sister Safia, what is the importance of these in our life? We know that roughly we kind of have an idea that food and nutrition plays an important role. But can you, with a specific example, kind of shed light on that?
So our scholars say that if you have a brain, you should fast, period, right? And when we see Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's lifestyle, they had one meal a day, and sometimes they had one meal every 3 days, and water and dates. That's all they had for, sometimes consecutively a couple of months. So our bodies are designed to run on minimum fuel, but nutrient dense fuel, rather than empty calories. That's what we have available in the stores at this point that we are consuming, and that's why we are constantly snacking. Yeah. So fasting is super important, and then having nutrients dense food once a day is very important. And I mean, there are exceptions, and nursing mothers and pregnant women, and then ill people, of course, but majority of us, they're good. We just need one meal a day and not more. And so when our bodies are happy with the calorie dense food, there is no craving for more, and let's try this and let's try that. So and then, well, there is a soil depletion, so we don't get enough nutrients. So I like to supplement with additional electrolytes to balance out the gut-brain connection as well.
Okay, inshallah. So, I know, anxiety and depression is kind of, one of our major, health issues that, most of us deal with. Does this have any link with, food and nutrition? And does fasting, have any role at all?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, our scholar said, if you have a brain, you should fast. Let me get to that section. Okay, so fasting basically increase neuroplasticity. So the brain, the flexibility of the brain, right? And it helps brain grow. Then, okay, so neuroplasticity gets the nerves to communicate with each other, because the illness basically happens when there is no communication. Like for example, you consume high fructose corn syrup, the connection from gut to the brain is disconnected. So gut cannot send the signal to the brain that, oh, I'm full, stop it. And then the brain doesn't get the signal. So the brain can't tell the hand to stop putting into, so there is a disconnection, and then the illness start there, right? Because we overeat and then all of that.
Right.
So fasting gets the brain cells to communicate again. And it also increases neurogenesis that generates new neurons. It also repair the DNA of neurons. And then all of this happen in hippocampus, right? And hippocampus is responsible for memory, learning, the special navigation, mood, and inhibitory control, which is like I stop myself from doing something that I'm not supposed to, that I won't be proud of after 5 minutes. So it gives me the self-control that, okay, no cookies, meaning no cookies, I'm not buying it, I'm not eating it, something like that. So it gives me control. And so some of the doctors call it a miracle grow. Do you guys know what miracle grow? It's the food that we put to the plants.
The plants, yes, yes.
So it's like, yeah, when you fast, your brain grow basically. So fasting is a miracle for the brain, to grow. And so it increases it stimulates 400%, which is called brain derived neurotrophic factor, this kind of protein that multiplies 400 times when we are fasting. Fasting also allows, like I said, brain to grow. And what happens is that when we eat frequently, the body gets stressed. So oxidative stress is really harmful for the body because it constantly increases the insulin level, which is the root cause for every single ailment, you name it. So oxidative stress basically damage cell protein and DNA of the cell. It creates inflammation, which is what we don't need. And then speed up the aging process, so fasting is anti-aging. And then oxidative stress also brings chronic diseases. So better to fast than eat, for the most part. Now, did you ask how it affects the anxiety?
Yeah, any relationship with just to kind of bring into
Yeah,
specific for the audience. I was just connecting it
right.
with
So
anxiety, which is
so
a
when
common.
hippocampus communication in the hippocampus is broken or not so well, um, the mood and memory and all of that starts to go down or reduce. It creates a type of brain fog. So when we have stress from outside factor, relationship issue, environmental issue, um, work stress, anything like, with people, our brains are designed to handle it. Our bodies are designed to handle it. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. Hardship, right? So, but when we have this broken communication, our brains cannot handle that outside stress. So we have brain fog, and then to combat that, we end up consuming empty calories like comfort food and comfort eating and substance abuse and alcohol and drugs or whatever. So Did that answer your question? I just went
Yeah,
on my
yeah,
own
yeah,
route.
you did. Yeah, you did. So
Okay.
basically, so what we understand is from fasting is basically, it helps in the growth of the brain. Yeah, new neurons are created, helps us, strengthen our self control, right? And then also it, gets nervous the connections very well as well, right? And so
Yes.
those are the importance of, and then I think the body, it reduces when you eat, a lot of stress is produced with body, a lot of oxidation, a lot of the chemicals have to be
Yes.
digested, so all that is extra stress, and those, they cause inflammation as well. So I think those are, I think, the benefits of the fasting, right? So regarding with the fasting, so I know, subhanallah, in the Sunnah, you kind of want to just highlight the importance of fasting in the Sunnah, because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of course, is our lead example.
Yeah, I mean, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to fast 30 days a month.
Yeah.
And then Prophet used to fast the 3 days in the middle of the month and then twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. So we're supposed to, like fast most of the time to stay updated and young and um, have clarity of the mind, basically. So once you pass 24 hours, it's from personal experience because I've done up till 96 hours. So my goal is 120. My family doesn't let me go that far. Keep dropping weight. Um, so once you pass 24 hours, you don't feel hungry anymore because your body, your liver starts to get the signal that, okay, no more free sugar coming. So just deal with it, whatever you got. So the liver starts to look around broken protein, like it's autophagy, right? It starts to clean itself up. So it starts to make energy, glucose, out of whatever it gets, a leftover protein from the cell damage or the fat lying around, excess fat, whatever. That's ketosis, that's called, like, loosely. So, and the brain likes to be on ketosis better than glucose. I know glucose is the main fuel, but liver provides it, and then internally made glucose is much more like clean burning fuel for the brain, right? Also, so once you pass the 24 hours, you don't feel hungry anymore. And then all of a sudden you feel like, oh, I'm in a different world. You don't feel hungry. You don't feel thirsty either. I mean, you're still allowed to drink water, like have a day fast, and then in the evening you break the fast with water. And then once you passed 72 hours, that's when you feel like why the Prophet used to put stones on his tummy, because your stomach is all shrink in the size. And then so you bent forward, because there's nothing there. So then you have to eat like a handful to keep up the straight posture. That's all you need, right? Food. So basically, excess food is the culprit here overall, because it hinders from going with day-to-day life and handling the stress in peaceful and passionate manner.
Okay. Yeah. So, I know you mentioned about the nutrient-rich foods. So can you kind of, the question is, what are these nutrient-rich foods? And
Yes.
does Talab have
So
nutrient-rich food?
nutrient-dense food. So our body needs two things: essential amino acid and essential fatty acids, with all the electrolytes, minerals, and vitamins. I mean, what else do we need, right? So protein and adequate amount of fats. That's all we need. We consume fiber, vegetables, to feed our gut microbiome. So they would, digest those and then grow and then help us digest the food better, so we can absorb all the nutrients out of that food that we consume. Now, when I talk about supplements, we have to supplement because the soil is, of course, depleted throughout the world. So the nutritious value of vegetables is like on an average reduced down to 63%. So we don't get enough magnesium from leafy greens, not the not in the quantity that we need to handle all the stress around us, just the environment, the pollution is stressful enough. So we need extra magnesium to deal with the rest of it, the kids and work and all of that we are juggling through. So I suggest to supplement and, well, get a good blood panel and then start to supplement. And then vitamin D, the hormone that your skin makes with the rays of the sun. Sun is life, basically, right? Just like we say, water is life, air is life, sun is life. So that deficiency of vitamin D is really the root cause for everything, just like excess food is the root cause of everything, like loosely generalized statement type. And then so basic electrolytes get damaged when somebody yells at me, and all my electrolytes would just go haywire, and all of a sudden I have deficiency of potassium, magnesium, zinc. So I need all of those to be balanced out. Like I need to take magnesium immediately before responding to that person. Like, hold on, let me get my brain in balance. So we need protein, good fat, lots of fiber, like vegetables, raw, cooked, and supplement with whatever deficiency in my body. I'm not in favor of multi because that's just not a good idea. But whatever you're deficient in, take a good supplement and yeah, just balance out the life. And then that would give you enough fuel, the hardware. We're fixing the hardware, right? So that would give my hardware, what do you call, make it stronger. It would give strength to my hardware. So the software can be processed. That's my way. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so these are so basically, essential amino acids, which are in protein, and good fat, right? And
amino acids, protein, and good fat and fiber.
And fiber. And then along with that, the minerals. If you're deficient in any minerals, then that is thing which we need to kind of, keep our brain, and body functioning. Okay, all right. You did mention, gut biome. Can you explain to us, what is gut biome and, what is its, importance in maintaining health?
Oh, yeah. I do remember we talked about it. Gut biome. Okay. So it's a community of microorganisms in our digestive system, made up of fungus, bacteria, and viruses, and all of that. There's like trillions of microorganisms that you can't even count. And we need to feed them good food. We don't need to overfeed them and make them lazy. We need them to be on their toes, and we need them to feed them good fiber, because that's all they can eat. They don't eat protein.
Okay.
And how? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and what is the benefit of that? I mean, why do we need? What do they do to help the body, the gut biome?
They help digest food, I think.
Okay. Okay, so they help in better. Okay, so and
yeah, so when our body can absorb better, then we have, better. Well, we have enough nutrients, then we're not craving calories all the time.
Okay.
Right?
And do they help in with with absorption of all these minerals? Do they prevent deficiencies if we have a good gut biome? Is there any role of a good gut biome in preventing deficiencies of magnesium and?
Yeah, it'll absorb magnesium from leafy greens if you consume 7 cups a day. Absolutely. Then you don't need supplements, but most of us don't consume 7 cups a day of vegetables.
True.
So we have to compensate with supplement. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Compensate.
Compensate with supplements. Okay, alhamdulillah. Already. So so can you suggest some nutrient-rich foods, which we can incorporate in our diet?
the four-legged animal,
Okay.
and
Meat, protein.
meat. Yeah, absolutely. Meat, fat, meat, protein, and well, meat, protein,
Okay.
and then the fat, lots and lots of animal fat, and fish, eggs,
Okay.
um, and cheese to a certain extent. Not everybody can tolerate dairy, but it's a good source.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and but cheese is already processed form of milk.
Mm-hmm.
So heating it up and melting it on top of pizza is really not the ideal way to eat cheese. Just take it raw, a piece, and it'll give you zing of energy because of full of protein and vitamin D in there. See? So there are ways to eat, the right and wrong ways to eat food. And then like we're going to be overly processing it if we heat up again, because it's already processed from a heated up milk and separated and all that, right?
Right.
So that's protein, meat,
Mm-hmm.
and any animal, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
halal. And eggs and
Mm-hmm.
seafood, any kind of fish, whatever, and cheese.
Okay.
Then good fats,
Mm-hmm.
cholesterol in egg, perfect for brain. Brain loves it.
Yeah.
So we have to make the food nutrient dense and infrequent, not frequent, like eat every 2 hours to balance your blood sugar. No, that's stupid. So fat would be good oil that's been going on for centuries, not like the seed oil that's just been in market for the past few decades. So sesame oil, ancient, olive oil, ancient, ghee,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
clarified butter, and butter,
Mm-hmm.
um, and coconut oil. It's like the blessing. The DNA of coconut oil matches our DNA so closely. And it's been recently, they've been treating Alzheimer patients with coconut oil, like really heavy dose concentrated MCT, which is called brain octane. So yeah, those are the fats that we can consume. And then in vegetables, it's all open.
Mm-hmm.
And like occasional fruit here and there is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not, you don't need 5 servings of fruits to survive. That's too much fructose and too much sugar. So eliminating all the grains because it's GMO, all genetically modified. So grain, there's no point in grain. I mean, handful of polished rice, white rice is okay. But for starch serving, if you're constantly losing weight, then you need starch serving. So all kinds of sweet potatoes and like potato family root vegetables are good too.
For the carbs. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. For carb serving, because fiber is carb too, right? So
Fiber. Yeah.
vegetables will count as carb serving.
Vegetables will have. Yeah. Most of them. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. So these are some examples of food we can incorporate. Are
To
there
eat, yeah.
are there some the food practices, common food practices which you think we should avoid? I know with this the snacking industry and the carbs and the sugary stuff. I mean, how much of this is in your opinion we should
I didn't hear that.
yeah. Subhanallah. Yeah, this is an important and difficult one. If yeah,
I hear sugar and I put on calories.
Subhanallah. Mm.
So you're asking what should we avoid?
In our common current
Over
practice. Yeah.
frequent eating and overeating.
Mm.
Um, because that makes microbiomes lazy.
Okay.
And they don't do their job of helping us digest food better. And with common practice, deep fried, no, because then it doesn't remain food, so it's not edible. Um, it so deep fried,
Mm.
couple bites of deep fried food disconnect your oxygen supply to the brain through the blood. And one cigarette disconnects it for 4 to 6 hours, and deep fried disconnected for 24 to 48 hours, depending on the size of the body.
Mm. Subhanallah.
Yeah. So
But
like deep fried, no, especially after fasting. No, you need to break your fast with a good protein, or
mm,
complex protein is okay. Complex protein, complex carb, which is lentils and beans. Oh yeah. We can consume lentils and beans too. in addition to protein and fiber and fats. So fats are really important for the body because the machine needs oiling.
It's true, subhanallah. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, what is this concept of, eating, snacks in between, and subhanallah, for us, I mean, snacking has become such a big thing, even like for our kids in school, they have the snack time, and we moms pack a lunch box with a little bit of a snack, and most of them are, subhanallah, yeah, carbs.
No, that's making the kids lazy, their brain lazy with brain fogs. And of course it's not full of protein. They're not feeding them stick of cheese, the mozzarella stick that we get in Russia. They're not feeding them that. They're
Yeah.
feeding them something that's really heavy in carbohydrate and some
Yeah.
stupid seed oils. So
Mm.
really not a nutritious calorie for them. So it's better they stay hungry throughout the day and then
Mm.
get home and eat, or pack them, I mean, something simple as boiled egg that gives
Mm.
them protein and fat, so they're covered. Um, with overly processed food, there's a really interesting research. Dr. Pattinger, he researched on cats, and then after his research, that same process was tried on multiple animals, mice and bunnies.
Mm.
What he concluded is that how the the processed food, which is not their cat's normal diet, and added some grains like GMO grains and soy and corn, how it started to change their DNA. And
Subhanallah.
and the male cats started to have smaller bone structure, like they started to
Mm.
shrink, and then they were less aggressive, so they were more feminine. And then
Mm.
female cats had the growth in their bones, was unusual, and then they started becoming more aggressive.
Subhanallah. So a little bit of reversal of roles here.
Please Google
Mm.
it, Dr. Pottinger. Yeah, that was just eye opener. Like I had goosebumps the whole time. So, and he wrote a book about it, that whatever's going on, it's not good with the food companies. So stay basic, stay
Mm.
simple,
Mhm.
just minimally processed food, not too many, things. And then you make tortillas and then break the tortillas and then deep fry it. And then, like even at home, you don't do 5 process. That's still overly processed. Even though it's homemade and I cooked it
Mm.
myself, but it's like 5 steps. Why? Just boil it, eat it, cook it, stir fry it. That's it. I mean, focusing your whole, like, food is important to live. That's not the reason we are living. That's all I can say to sum it up.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
subhanallah. Yeah, I think, I mean, I think food has become more of a pleasure, right? The taste, and it's more of a pleasure. And I think that's why kind of we have investing in all these, sugars and deep fried, and we have got addict
Flavor
used to it.
enhancers.
Yeah.
Flavor enhancers are messing with our neurons in the brain too. That's why
Mm.
I cut it down. I think I listed the overly processed food as one of the reasons that we have all this anxiety and depression issues.
Yeah. Inshallah. All right. So I think, subhanallah, I think we got a little, so yeah, so my takeaways for me is, fasting is, important for brain health as well, which, I did not, think of it. Subhanallah, fasting, we know it helps in body losing weight, but subhanallah, more benefits of fasting here, and keeping it simple.
Fasting will only help you lose weight if you respect the fast when you break the fast.
Okay.
So
So this,
what you eat after the fast
mm,
determines if that fasting period is going to benefit you or not. If you just indulge it the normal
yeah,
um, aftar,
yeah,
no, it's going to do more harm than good.
subhanallah. Okay. So the second step to fasting is the nutrition, rich food. That is
Nutrition dense food,
dense.
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
infrequent meals.
And then the thirdly is, yeah, infrequent meals. Avoid processed foods and
Yeah.
snacking
So
and sugar.
if you're taking 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then 3 snacks, then cut down the snacks. just do 3 meals a day, right? And then go on with tea, coffee, water, just warm water. And then if you're taking 3 meals a day and no snack, then try skipping breakfast and then just do lunch, dinner, or skip dinner and do breakfast and lunch. And that's, you don't need many calories in the night. I mean, it's really heavy if you eat at night, late at night. Liver has self-cleaning time from, if I'm not mistaken, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. So any calorie past 9 would be like a disservice to liver, you know? And our bodies are ni'mah for us. So of course, our tongues would be tied on the day of judgment, and our organs will complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that she ate at midnight. What am I gonna answer at the time? Just thinking about that, I was like, okay, let's not eat, just go to sleep. Or read something that would put me to sleep.
True. Subhanallah, subhanallah. Already. Jazakallah khairan, Sister Safia, for the basics, of importance of fasting, food, nutrition, importance of taking care of your gut biome with, fiber. So, I want to open it to the audience. I know
Yes.
we have discussed about, diseases and food, but I think I see some question already in the, in the chat. So, has asked, is there any, in relationship between food and autoimmune? And how can I reverse it? So I know you've helped a lot of patients with autoimmune conditions. So this is one of our questions, chat. Please go ahead and answer first.
So autoimmune, the very first thing you need to do is check vitamin D. It's mostly low. So you need to get it up, up, like a north of 100 to really combat the autoimmune. And MS is reversible. I mean, the celiac is reversible. Ulcerative colitis is reversible. Crohn's disease is reversible. My Lord has sent down a treatment before he sent the illness. So I believe that besides death, everything is treatable, alhamdulillah. And what foods to avoid when you're going through autoimmune? Take out all the allergens. If you're making notes, take out dairy, any type of dairy. Take out all the grains and all the overly processed, any kind of carb that's empty carb. So just stick with protein, minimally processed, not beef jerky and those overly processed, and eggs and good kind of fats, and try with lentils and beans. Excuse me. If your body can tolerate, then consume it. If not, temporarily, you're going to have to take the lentils and beans out too, because that is also extensive amounts of carbs. A cup of cooked dal, roughly on an average, has 15 grams of protein. Yes, it's good, but it comes with 45 grams of carbohydrate too. So that's a lot of carb for me. If I'm not taking additional protein to balance out, I'm consuming more carb than protein.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So basically, autoimmune, you want to kind of, take out all the check your vitamin D level, right? That's the first thing, and you want to keep that level high. In addition to supplements, any other way you can keep your vitamin D high? Any
Roll
natural?
up your sleeves and pants and sit outside in the sun in the morning, like a couple hours a day. Yeah, the more skin exposure, the more it is. But you have to get it checked professionally and like blood work, and then start taking supplements. The sun can add bonus, but right now, if you're going through the illness, you need supplement right away.
Okay.
And add good electrolytes like magnesium, potassium, zinc, and sodium and chloride in your diet. So switching the salt from table salt to pink Himalayan salt, and start your day with Himalayan salt water, which is giving you sodium and chloride and trace minerals. Take potassium supplements and magnesium and minimum amount of zinc, which contains copper, a little bit of copper to go with.
Okay. Any vegetables which are rich in magnesium and copper?
Leafy greens, magnesium.
Okay, leafy greens are.
But you don't get enough.
You don't eat that 7
So,
serving.
so simple math that I can give you for potassium is the basic electrolytes, and most people are low. I've seen too many blood works to conclude that. So, banana.
Mm.
Okay, so fruits are not original, you know that, right? Anymore. So bananas give you, one banana give you 422 milligram of potassium, right? Because it's a
Mm.
poster child for potassium, right?
Right. Right.
Banana potassium. But it comes with 29 grams of sugar. How
Oh,
is my body going to handle that much sugar?
subhanallah.
I mean, I'm not a growing kid that would run around all day.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, eliminate all the fruits, and that takes care of the fructose part. So once fructose is out, you're no longer insulin resistant. So fructose is the culprit that creates insulin resistance in our body, and you'll be okay. And you're welcome to contact me directly for further questions.
For the autoimmune. Okay. Inshallah. We will share that information. So, more details. So basically vitamin D level check kare, and we want to
Very
keep that
important.
right. And then you can eliminate the allergens, right? Whether it's dairy or whether it's just grains.
Dairy, grains, and fruits. Eliminate it, and you should be happy.
You should be better. Okay. For
Perfect.
autoimmune. Okay. So I think that's kind of, we discussed about autoimmune. Okay. Next, yes, it's yeah, so definitely we'll share the details. Some of our members are asking, so then they can discuss a specific case with you in detail. Okay, and another question, Sister Binisha, is how much caffeine is okay to take in a diet? What about caffeine? Is this something which is any particular harms?
As long as you're not adding a glucose or
Mm,
glucose substitute or some kind of fructose or dairy, caffeine is good.
okay,
Yeah.
so
So
only
a black coffee with some MCT oil or some butter, perfect drink. It could be a substitute for breakfast. So then you just end up eating lunch.
okay, but the adding of dairy and the sugar or a substitute is not a good idea.
Yeah, it ruins the benefits. And
Of
then take black tea, black coffee, but black tea, make sure it's the real leaf tea, not the burnt leaf, not the black balls, the real leaf that's dried up. Because the balls that's burned, that's carcinogenic.
okay. Do we get that as well in the stores? Is that right?
Everybody. Yeah, real leaf tea. Yeah.
Real
Black
leaf tea.
tea. Yeah, black
Black.
tea. You don't have to drink green tea. Green tea is a bit like a blood type specific, that A blood type mostly can tolerate the strong brew, and O and B cannot. So they have to do very mild brew, like 10 seconds, and then strain it out. Otherwise, it doesn't like it makes them nauseous.
Mm, okay. We have another question from a sister regarding menopause. When you're going through menopause, is there any specific change to the diet, or is this the same pattern of diet which we have discussed? The less eating and nutrition, dense foods.
Fast more, eliminate fruit, grain, and dairy out of your diet, and start taking good supplements. Whatever you are deficient in, don't go for multi. Multi is not a good idea. And honestly, I'm not close to menopause, so I haven't done a lot of deep dive in menopause. But loosely, this diet works for anything, even multiple sclerosis and cancer.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
cancer is reversible. If it's diagnosed at stage 1.
very early.
Diabetes is reversible. Alhamdulillah, everything is reversible with
Ham-
Allah's will.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
It's
Okay.
good.
Sister Neelam has a question regarding, can you explain which kind of fat? Is it the ghee, desi ghee, is there any particular thing we got to look into it, or is it just butter?
I gave the list of oils that are edible: coconut oil,
Mhm,
mustard oil,
mhm.
sesame oil, olive oil, and butter, of course, and lots of animal fat. And ghee is the burnt version of butter. So you're not going to cook and stir fry in ghee. You can use butter or olive oil for that. Ghee would be like just to take by itself or add to on top of the food, on top of warm food.
Okay. So
So
just
consume it. But make sure it's not store-bought because they just take canola oil and put some chemicals and make it look like ghee. So unless you trust the source, don't buy ghee from the store because it's not going to be authentic and then it'll do more harm than good.
okay. Already. So good quality ghee is good. And but you got to directly put on,
If
your
you know where you're getting it from is authentic, yes, ghee is good. And please do not scrape out fat from the meat. That is a punishment for the body to put protein in without any fat and cholesterol serving because it helps protein digest. Fat helps the body digest the protein. Simple.
I know we have this craze for the lean meat, and then we kind of just try to take
No,
out.
that's a punishment my Lord has done on Bani Israel, that they can only eat the fat that will stick to the bone. Otherwise, they cannot, and they were dying off of protein poisoning. So
Right.
let's not get there.
Subhanallah. Okay. All right.
If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created it, it can't be harmful.
True.
What surprises me is that we eat man-made food, comes out of package without giving a second thought because it has flavor and chemicals to like boost up our dopamine. And then when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes egg yolk and animal fat, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
coconut, ooh, no. It's like, why? Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created those things for us to consume, and He's created us. So He knows that our DNA can consume those, and our DNA needs those things, vegetables and animals.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of wastage when you take vegetarian source of protein versus, because cow eat grass and then we eat that cow meat because she's already done that hard process from converting the grass converted into protein. So it's easy for us to digest versus we try to make protein out of lentils and beans. I mean, I'm not saying don't eat, but like alternate it.
True. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Don't eliminate meat out of your diet. You're going to be at loss. You'll lose hair and sanity, of course, because your body needs easy protein to digest.
Yeah. True. Okay. We have on the question in our chat, how to calculate carbs need for Desi people's food. So how much of carbs?
Eliminate grain, you should be fine.
Okay. So whatever carbs is there in the vegetables and in the meat.
A handful of rice is okay. One meal a day. Yeah, not like breakfast, lunch, dinner, rice, not like that. But when you are having heavy protein like fish or shrimps, or I mean, not really fan of chicken, but okay if you get an organic and pasture-raised chicken, sure. But with meat, heavy protein, you can take a handful of rice. Otherwise, just stick with potato if your body can tolerate the lectins, and fiber, vegetables, and meat, and it cooked in a good oil. And that's it.
Okay.
Then you don't need to count carbs.
Okay. Already. Jazakallah khairan. So, I know you mentioned the shrimps. Is prawns good for us? That is another question.
Yeah, shrimps is prawns, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very close. Yes, isn't it? So it's
Like
good.
shellfish. Yeah, sure. If you're not allergic to, go ahead. Yeah. Bismillah.
Yeah. So it is good. Okay. And okay, what is the advice on hormone replacement therapy?
Again, I have not indulged in the menopause yet. As I get close, I will. I'll have better answer. I don't want to just blabber right now. Yeah. But after 40, men should take testosterone somehow.
And how
Huh?
how is that? I mean, is it in the form of
It comes in a form of gel, or they could do shots,
as well? Yeah.
weekly shots or monthly shots or something. They have to.
So is it because there is a a deficiency with this current food and lifestyle
Well,
compared to
well,
yeah
so your body is like my body, human body,
mhm,
is at optimal health at guess what age?
40?
17. After
Okay,
17, everything starts to go down if you don't maintain it.
subhanallah.
So yeah, that's why at 30 people start to get sick at this first sign.
Mm,
Okay, so 17 is the optimal. Everything is growing and going up and up and up.
right.
Not even 18, it's 17. Yeah. So you have to maintain it. So by 40, T level goes down, and then getting out of bed is a struggle. And then the mood and,
Mm,
everything goes down. So limit the carb, infrequent meals, and add of course, you're going to get it checked in the blood.
blood test as
And
well.
if
Okay,
it's going lower than average, then get supplements and keep your youth.
okay, okay, inshallah. So, and the question is, can you explain more about the cancer, the cancer diet for cancer, early stage 1 cancer patients? Anything specific in that?
How do you make zero carb? Zero carb.
Mm,
Yeah, that will take care of multiple sclerosis, cancer, and what is that illness called with you get seizures? That also.
okay.
Epilepsy. Yeah,
Epilepsy. Mm.
thank you.
So basically, taking out entire, I guess the cancer cells don't have any
Zero carb. They
to grow.
thrive on sugar. You want to
Mm,
starve them, not thrive them. You want to starve them 3
mm.
months and then get it checked. Inshallah. Inshallah. Eat
Subhanallah.
good fats, eat good protein, eat balanced diet, take fiber,
Mhm.
vegetables. Fermented food is really good. So ferment vegetables. Koreans and Chinese, they eat fermented kimchi and sauerkraut. So
Mm.
fermented food is really good for our gut microbiome.
Fermented foods. Okay. Yeah. How about this yogurt? Yogurt, kefir. These
Kefir is good, yeah.
it's good.
Yogurt, um,
But
fashionably eating a cup of yogurt with every meal, not really.
mm,
Eating it with glucose and fructose, no
yeah,
benefit.
all the
But
sugars. Yeah.
eating in warm form, like you add some yogurt in a hot water, add some cumin and salt, it's going to benefit your gut microbiome. So it's
So
not the
kind.
quantity, it's the quality, how you eat with. So lactobacillus mixed with salt is better than lactobacillus mixed with glucose.
Right. Right. Yeah.
If
So
you add glucose to lactobacillus, you will feel intoxicated and sleepy. So
subhanallah. Yeah.
adding fruit and yogurt, no, that's fashion, not food. Sorry.
Yeah. That's how they're marketing all with this.
And that's how you get insulin resistance, because you keep adding protein and glucose and fructose together. Protein is supposed to be mixed with salt only and other spices, of course, but not glucose or fructose.
Okay. Already. So then the next question is this basically what a keto diet is? Is this what it is? Is a keto diet similar to what you've been mentioning?
Yeah. You starve your body of carbohydrate and have your liver work hard to make glucose for energy out of what I put in,
Mm.
what I choose to put into my body.
Okay. Okay. Already. So basically we're making, we're not uh, we're basically making our liver use all the resources and which are the healthy ones. Okay. The other question we have is honey. Questions about honey. Is honey, it is a sugar, it's a carb. So what is the role of honey? And we have the Sunnah and the Hadiths as well about the benefits of honey. So,
Honey is a medicine, not food.
mm, okay.
The
And
prophet
how?
treated illnesses, allergies, and stomach ache and stuff with honey. A teaspoon for a couple of days, good enough. But putting it every cup of tea and every dessert, you're overloading your carbohydrate. Sorry, not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah, in the name of Sunnah, there's so much going on and so many lashes and
Mm,
things get thrown at my face. It's unbelievable. But yeah,
Yeah. So specifically, honey is used in as a treatment of
medicine.
medicine.
Yes, not food, it's
Oh,
medicine.
medicine. Okay, that's a good reframing of benefit
Yeah,
of honey.
not cancer medicine.
Yeah. Yes. Is honey allowed in cancer diet? This is a question.
I just said not a cancer
No,
medicine.
cancer. Right. Exactly. Subhanallah. That question came up. Okay. Perfect.
I knew it's coming because it's not
Mm,
those people
mm.
are talking, it's their addiction talking.
Subhanallah. Okay.
When people are resisting, it's their
Mm-hmm.
addiction that told me that this is sunnah, because they just don't want to give up. So they're finding ways to, keep some kind of sugar in their diet. What they need to realize is that first 3 days, you're going to feel the withdrawal symptoms and headaches, but after that, you won't even crave sugar or carbohydrate whatsoever.
Subhanallah.
If it still continues, do a 36-hour fast. That's it.
Okay.
Water fast, and that's it.
So that will get rid of that craving for the
Yeah.
sugars and
It'll teach your liver to work hard.
true, true.
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Right now, you're giving empty calories, so liver doesn't have to do anything. It's
True.
just sitting around, lollygagging.
Yeah. Yeah. Subhanallah. Yeah. And Subhanallah, I think, and if you stick to this diet, overweight will not be an issue at all. Is that right? Yeah.
The weight is not the overeating. Yes, of course it is, but you got to understand that obesity itself is not an illness. It's your body's way of telling you that I am deprived of nutrients. So any calorie you put in, it holds on to it. You know how when child is sick, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't let go of mommy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
body when feels sick or nutrient deficient, it holds on to every single calorie. So on my treatment plan, people lose weight as a side effect when we do supplements and clean up their diet and take out empty calories and put instead of grain cereals, we add eggs to their diet or cheese. They start to lose weight as a side effect because their illnesses are gone, their inflammation is gone, so the body has no reason to hold on to it.
Yeah. True. Yeah, absolutely. And it's the other way around. Yeah. And in obesity, because of the illness, you kind of want to, your body searching something and you just keep on, you have this desire to eat more as well.
Yeah, it's all a
Right?
vicious cycle.
Just,
Then you just get caught in and never come out. So just do a long fast as long as you can. Start from 12 hours. I mean, if you can't go 90 hours, start from 12 hours, increase it to 14 and then 15, start gradually. If you're doing 12 hours, do twice a week, 24 hours once a week, 36 hours once a week. And then longer fast, like 72 hours, once a quarter is good enough to to start the autophagy, which is self-cleaning. So
yeah.
you have to have like every machine, oven, washing machine, what do you call it? Washer, dishwasher, everything needs self-cleaning. So why not my gut?
True. Yeah. Subhanallah. Yeah, subhanallah. I mean, we see, it's always a question, how the Sahabas were so strong, able to fight in battles despite so little food.
Emotionally,
Yeah,
mentally, physically, yes, because of infrequent meals.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bil-
And we eat so much and still that's all we think about is food. It's like, why?
yeah. And our strength is again, we are
Yes.
physical.
Do you remember that the story in Quran um, where Bani Israel come to a large body of water and their prophet at the time told them to not drink a stomach full, maybe like a sip, and the people who actually just drink a sip, they were fresh and they fought that battle and won, and the people who drink uncontrollably and they fill their tummies with it, they were all sick and lazy. So it's just right there, you take one sip of water at a time. You don't need 2 glasses full. You feel thirsty, you take a sip, that's all.
Yeah. Subhanallah. Yeah. Okay. Another question we have is, if you're suffering from acid reflux, isn't fasting difficult? If any things to
When
have?
you're
Yeah.
suffering from acid reflux, it means you need more magnesium in your body. Your D3 is super low and your stomach doesn't have enough acid. So you need to take either betaine hydrochloride or old-fashioned apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon in water. That'll take care of it. But take heavy dose of magnesium for the first few days. What happens is that there is stomach and there's a tube up there. And when we are stressed, like everybody is like chronically and stressed, and bodies are inflamed because of stupid seed oils and everything. So that the stress keep the valve on top of that tube. It stays open because of the stress. So when we take heavy dose of magnesium, kind of calms the organs down, so the valve closes. So then the acid doesn't come out, doesn't reflect out. So,
Okay. All right.
and start consuming acid because your food is not digested properly.
Apple cider. Okay.
With cider vinegar.
Vinegar.
Some kind of bile salts. So just start with apple cider. Yeah. And heavy dose of magnesium and check your D level. It has to be low. And start proper supplements.
Okay. Vitamin already. Another question. How to prevent frequent migraines? Do you have any, suggestions for people to?
Migraine is connected with gut, absolutely. Because like I said, or did I? So gut and brain communicate 2 levels. 10% of the communication goes down from brain to stomach, and 90% goes from stomach to brain. So the migraine and insomnia, it's all related to bad gut. So fix your digestion, eliminate allergens, seed oil like canola, sunflower, safflower, please. Peanuts you can eat roasted, but don't take the oil because they use heat. So eliminate all the seed oil, all the empty calories, processed food, just eat clean food, and the migraine will go away. And magnesium, of course. Magnesium D3. And your electrolytes are messed up in your brain. That's why it hurts all the time. So fix your gut, fix your electrolytes, and stay on top of D3. Yeah, take it close to 100.
Vitamin D level close to 100. Usually, it runs around,
I keep mine at 150.
150. Mashallah. Yeah. Most of the time, especially in the South Asian, when we get tested, it's around 10, 15. That's kind of where we typically run.
When we pop out a baby,
Yeah.
we need to replenish it, all of it. It's a favor to my own body. It's a favor to the second baby as well. I have people with babies born with brittle bone syndrome. What is it? D deficiency, right?
Yeah. So post-pregnancy, we got to replenish all the resources. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. But any other questions? You can actually raise your hands. I've been taking questions from
Or
the
they can ask. Yeah.
Definitely.
Unmuted.
Yeah. Sister Benicia is asking, how about taking energy drinks, which contain electrolytes? So when you say replenish electrolytes, what are the best ways? Is energy drinks the answer?
Look at the ingredients. If you can read it and understand that it's magnesium, potassium, and zinc, sure. But if it has fructose, dextrose, any of that O's, no, please don't.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna make you insulin resistant. Any sugar or sugar substitute is gonna hurt you. Just take plain old potassium supplement tablets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about
or fancy drinks?
Yeah, coconut water. The coconut water.
50 ml, 100 ml a day, not more.
Yeah. Coconut water is also potassium and magnesium rich. Yeah.
It has too many carbs.
It says it's sweet little bit. Yeah. It has the carbs. Yeah.
So limit it to 100 ml a day.
Okay. All right. All right. I think we have, Sister Nikhat, any treatment on, heavy periods,
Mhm.
endometriosis, um,
Heavy
that
period then?
heavy periods and endometriosis, where uh, the tissues in the abdominal
It's
cavity.
diabetes of female plumbing.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's it. Cut down the carb and
yeah. And I think another question was about, dry eye syndrome.
dry eye.
Yeah.
Not
Anything.
enough good oil in the body. You need good fats in the body. And check your D level.
Yeah. Vitamin
Yeah.
D. Okay. All right. So definitely you do recommend, getting the blood work done.
Everybody. Everybody.
And
Yeah.
how frequently do you recommend blood tests done for these vitamin D and
Just
urine?
check it now and keep taking, depending on what your level is. If it's in teens and 20s, start taking 20,000 international units every night for 2 weeks, and then keep it 10,000 for 6 months. And after that, reduce it down to 5,000 a day, just simple math, or um, do it 20,000 a week. That's it.
Okay, already. I
Because
think,
we get it checked once a year anyway, right? As part of our regular checkup. And every time we go to a doctor, they check it anyway. So
yeah, yeah.
don't worry about toxicity, worry about deficiency more.
Mm,
A lot of people have toxicity, toxic. Well, at least get close to 100, then we'll deal with toxicity.
yeah, true, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, what else I was going to, so how can they reach you, if they want to have a personal
But the
consultation
number,
to
the
reach you?
group, yeah, in the group, there is a number. Reach out, call me, text me.
Oh,
My number starts with 91, so don't get scared. It's my Indian number because my local number got hacked.
okay. So did you put in the chat, Safia, आपने chat में डाला है number या I
I'm
can't
in the group in the VOTP.
in the VOTP group. Okay. All right. So we will put it there.
I
Okay.
can tag my number. That's fine.
If you want to, you maybe tap it. Yeah. Here is,
Okay.
in case they want to. Yeah. Yeah, please, आप लोग, or please, share your, um, uh, survey form भर दें आप fasting food and nutrition पे, and let us know, what did you learn from this, any feedback, what are the topics which need, for us to be able to do what we are meant to do, and how we take care of ourselves and develop and skills we develop to be able to perform our rights and responsibilities as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to. तो इंशाल्लाह इसके लिए क्या-क्या आपको ज़रूरत है, कहाँ-कहाँ पे आपको मुश्किल हो रही है, प्लीज़ let us know so we can always bring you those sessions and those information. So inshallah we are going to put the number here as well. Um,
I
uh,
I put a message so they can tag me in.
okay, okay. So, and inshallah, and again, subhanallah, I think most of us, we learned habits. We just copy what our parents used to do, feeding habits. But I think it's upon us to learn, from the Sira and the Sunnah and see. And our the way to judge what is right and wrong is the Sunnah and the Quran. Subhanallah, when Sister Safia is mentioning about, and the diet and all the ayats and all the, eat this much and, eat only so much, hadiths on how much to eat, pure and tayyab, and subhanallah, everything is is right there. But kind of let's maybe little struggle.
People worry about halal and haram so much that they're looking at packet of chips and looking at if there is any number that's pork or I was like, is it even tayyab? Is it even food?
Yeah,
It has 22 ingredients and none of them looks food to me. And they were
true.
like, what about corn? I was like, corn is fuel, not food.
Yeah,
So
subhanallah.
yeah,
True.
people don't
Absolutely.
invite me anymore.
Yeah, subhanallah. Yeah, we're looking at the wrong things. Yeah, I think lack of ignorance is
Look
a big,
at tayyab, then fight about halal, haram. I mean, even if it's halal,
yeah,
if it's
yeah,
not good enough for you, why would you even bother putting it in your mouth? A food stays in your mouth for 30 seconds. You want to eat for 30 seconds or you want to worry about hours and days that thing's going to stay in your body and, either benefit or harm.
true.
So of course you're not going to eat for taste. So yeah, be mindful what you put in your mouth. And anytime you're stressed or you don't feel good or you're bored or you're hurt or you got sick, please stop eating. Simple. Animals don't eat when they're sick. They go into a hole. They come out 3 days later and then drink water or eat, So just stop eating. In stress, your body is trying to recover, repair, rejuvenate, feel better. So it inflames, and then the fever. It's all part of healing. Fever is not an illness; it's a symptom, right?
Yeah.
So just don't so body is in fight and flight mode when you're stressed or ill. So let the body do its fight. Don't pull it into digest mode. That food is going to bother you for a long time.
Yeah.
Better to be hungry than stuffed or eat wrong thing at wrong time. And you got home at 10. Well, just take a teaspoon or tablespoon of coconut oil and go to bed. Don't bother eating. Don't bother your liver, please. That's my last message.
Yeah. So, well, I think, I
Nobody
know.
want to speak and ask question personally.
Yeah.
No one.
Please,
I don't see anyone in mute. Yeah, fine.
please raise your hands, and, we can really unmute. Please share, your feedback. And yeah, subhanallah, I think, we have a lot of false beliefs.
Too much to unpack. Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
we are all just reflecting ki subhanallah hum kya kar, I mean, diet mein hum, lots we learned. And yeah, a lot of false belief. I know in Find Your Truth, please, we are doing the breaking, overcoming belief systems. So this is a workshop which I kind of want to do, introduce at the end as well, and it goes so much hand in hand with this food and nutrition. So this course is basically overcoming self-limiting beliefs. A 4-week workshop, has some. It's online. You can do it on your own time. It has some videos, and then now since you know what is the right system about food, now then you kind of track down your false belief systems. And most of us have grown up with false belief systems. If we don't eat, we'll become weak. That is kind of which we hear, our moms telling us. And it's so much that if you don't eat, you'll become weak. And everywhere
Finish your plate. No. Look at the capacity of your stomach. Don't finish your plate. Well, don't take that much and don't allow anyone to put anything in your plate. It's only you in charge of your stomach, and your stomach can only handle. Have you been to cadaver lab ever? Your stomach can only handle 500 ml water. That's all. And Prophet has asked us to make 3 parts, one for air, one for water, one for food. I mean, what are we doing eating a big plate full and like going for seconds? Subhanallah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, subhanallah. Yes. So there's a lot of self-limiting beliefs we already have. Now it's kind of, we know what's the right thing to do, as per the Quran, the Sunnah. And Alhamdulillah, Sister Safia has given us the info as to the current foods and examples as well. So I think I would encourage everyone to break those belief systems and come on to the right food, nutrition, and benefit from fasting, not only for the akhirah but also for your own healthy life here, inshallah. So yeah, Jazakallah khairan, everyone for coming.
Help me carry my mission forward. I want Muslim Ummah to get their attention away from useless things and put attention and all the energy onto things that are useful and become stronger politically and financially and and the next generation should be better than what our generation did. So if I can make mommies strong, they can raise stronger kids, inshallah. So become my partner. So feel better and then carry on and make other people feel better, inshallah.
Inshallah, absolutely. I mean, we would love our audience here to start on this journey. And inshallah, we'll bring Sister Safia back again. And any questions, any challenges faced on this journey, will be there to support you as well. So yeah,
Always here, always here.
inshallah. Jazakallah khairan, Sister Safia, for this informative and
My
beneficial
pleasure.
talk. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help everyone implement this as well. And definitely I see a lot of comments on the chat regarding the benefit they've already had and the knowledge they gained. So, Jazakallah khairan, Sister Safia. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you immensely for this sharing of this knowledge, inshallah. So, we'll conclude. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. جزاك الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wassalam.